Welcome, dear friends. Here we are, another day, another opportunity to learn with Emmanuel. Today's message is from the book Peace by Emmanuel through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. In today's message, he's going to talk about secure defense. What makes it in our lives for us to seek defense, the secure way of defending ourselves against potential problems. So this message starts by saying the trials through which the world tests our faith appear every day. So trials and tribulations is the world you and I are living today in this life, right? So he's saying the trials through which the world tests our faith are there every day in the lives of everyone in this lifetime. Correct? You have trials, I have trials. The whole humanity has trials. And he's going to teach us how to identify these trials. He says they can be identified by various names, like subjects taught in school in the benefit of our own improvement. So let's go through the list of the names of the tests. Tribulations, disappointments, obstacles, misunderstandings, illnesses, conflicts, challenges, problems, accidents, bitterness, misfortunes, separations, oppositions, and changes. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 different names for all the tests that are the trials that are testing our faith. Faith in what, friends? Faith in God. Faith that you are a child of God. God is sending resources to help you and I, to inspire you and I towards the good. Faith in this life. Faith in our competence to move forward, to overcome these obstacles of faith. And he will continue to tell us what those opportunities demonstrate. He says, all these opportunities for demonstrating trust in God and in ourselves pass along our path like renewing storms. So storms sometimes hinder our day by day going about, but they are renewing, right? They purify the air, they cleanse. We know storms also have a spiritual cleansing mechanism for the miasmas and the spiritual negative fluids that we emit. They cleanse. They're renewing storms. There's a new metaphor for our trials. Every time we see ourselves in a certain position, we say this is a renewing storm that is coming to renew me, to demonstrate my trust in God, right? Love God above all else, and your neighbor as yourself, and in ourselves. We trust that in this life, I have the strength, I will have the resources, I have the knowledge, I will learn what I need in order to progress. And God is trusting in us. So trusting that he's keeping us alive. God has given us so much and allows us to have so much so that we can go back and do the best we can everywhere so that you and I can do the good. Exercise the law of labor, the law of society, the law of progress in this life. He says, Emmanuel continues, many companions allow themselves to be carried away by the forces of such cyclones, fleeing towards regions that contradict their commitments. That is when we allow tribulation, disappointment, obstacles, misunderstanding, illnesses, conflicts, challenges, problems, accidents, bitterness, misfortunes, separations, opposition, and changes to be the excuse or the reason why I abandoned my commitments. What are your commitments? Your commitment to your family, your commitment to your community to humanity on earth, your commitment to Christ and God that entrusted us to be here, your commitments in your Spiritist center. Oh, I'm too busy. I'm going to travel. I want to do this. So, friends, we are all being tested. And it's our faith and trust in God and ourselves that is being tested. So now that we know, we'll be more aware to identify the instances that we allow this renewing storms, as he calls here, cyclones, to make us flee from our commitments. Don't flee from your commitments. God put you on this earth and is granting you the opportunity of knowing Spiritism. It's because you have so much you can do with it, so much good you can do with it. It says, however, there is an anchor that withstands every wind of adversity. So what is the anchor? So that I'm not going through the motions of the renewing storms. It says, protect yourself in that defense. There's no imbalance capable of dragging you away from the place that duty that belongs to you. So there's a way for us to stay steady in our trust in God and ourselves that we're going to be doing the good. No wind of that adversity is going to take us from the right path. He says, hold firmly to that anchor and do not fear, for that blessed lifeline within reach of all is clearly Jesus Christ. So in Christ, in his example as incarnating, moving, changing, transforming his spiritual body for thousands of years to be able to incarnate on our dense planet, to show to you and I what it is to be a true human, to give an example for both men and women of his time and today, what it is to be benevolent, charitable, selfless, and that anchor of Christ and Christ-like. Remember, question 625 of the Spirit's book, Christ is our guide and our model. So he's the anchor that will not allow the storms to drag us away from the place and the duty that belongs to us. Let's question, what are the places that God has put us? Where are you now? Where are you from? Where are you going? Because you're only there because God allowed you. What is the duty that belongs to you? And then let's be encompassing, friends. Let's not just look at our family members and use our family as the excuse not to help others. Because sometimes we use that shield, right? First self-care, care for the family, and then the other. No. Today we are in this community, family ties, spiritual ties. Tomorrow we might come elsewhere. So we want to reach out to the greater human family, the humanity on the earth, in the physical realm and the spiritual realm. The humanity lives in other worlds, as we learn in the Gospel according to Spiritism, chapter 3. So, dear friends, may your anchor today, this morning, this week, be Christ. So the force of the cyclones, the renewing storms that come to test our faith in God and us will not carry us away. We'll keep steady and firm, helping ourselves to grow and helping one another to be what we need to be. May you, dear friends, stay well. Please share, like, subscribe so that others can access this content. We would love for you to be part of our community. Comment, write to us. We are here to help you. May God grant you much peace and serenity this week. Hoping to see you soon, God willing. Bye-bye. Take care. See you soon.